Recording in progress. Let's get this show on the road, man. Cozy Time family. We're back. It's official. He's not dead. He's alive. Titus Thorne is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's round of applause to that. Let's round of applause to that, man. But we would like to welcome you guys to the Cozy Times 2023 official mock draft. We are now, what, 9 days away now, Titus?
Yeah, nine.
We are 9 days away from the official NFL draft. So before you go scrambling finding out who your team is going to pick, you should listen to the best analysts on the East Coast. So, Titus, would you like to do the honors and start off this mock draft for us?
Hey man,
Keep pounding, right?
keep pounding, man. So for the first pick of the 2023 NFL draft, it's been a long time coming. The Carolina Panthers finally get a chance to select their quarterback if they need. And at the top of this draft, the Panthers are going to select oof, Bryce Young. How do I get this going? There we go. You know,
Yeah.
I think Bryce is the best quarterback overall. I think he's shown that for the last 2 years. It's been neck and neck with him and CJ. Richardson and Levis, they're gonna be good tomorrow, but not in Carolina. I just think with the team Carolina has, with the window that's open right now, the front office, the coaching staff, you have a point guard basically at the quarterback position now with Bryce Young. He's the Steph Curry of the NFL now. You know, so, I think he's a unique player, even though the size isn't what people appreciate. I can look past that when I know what I'm getting from a quarterback perspective, and I think he's gonna do great here in this team.
And I would that grade that pick an A+, man. Like you said, it's been a long time coming. 4 years since the departure of Cam Newton. Well, the ugly
Yeah,
departure
man.
of Cam
You
Newton.
know,
So, to select Bryce Young at number one, he'll be Alabama's highest drafted quarterback. So he has a lot to prove. And I think Carolina, with the new coaching, the new system you guys are bringing in, I think he'll succeed in a
for
wide open
sure.
NFC South. So great selection, great selection. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think out of this whole first round, I think this second pick is going to be the hardest pick because we honestly don't know how it can go. Like,
So, are you going to sit there, or I'm sitting at all these odd numbers? Trade's gonna happen. So what you doing right there?
I don't think Houston is going to trade. It's just a matter of what side of the ball are they going to go? Are they going to go offense? Are they going to go defense? And kind of,
Surprise me, Jerry.
I'm not going to lie, Titus. I'm going to take a gamble on this one. I think with the number two pick in the 2023 NFL draft,
Mm.
I think the Houston Texans would draft Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. I think they would draft
You
Tyree
know,
Wilson from Texas
you
Tech.
know, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because one thing we spoke about all week leading up to this, Titus, was that D'Amico Ryans is a defensive guy. And
Mm.
when you bring in a new regime, the two main components is, getting your quarterback and getting your edge.
Mm.
So I
Mm.
think drafting Tyree Wilson at number two will be the safest pick for them, because you have that edge. And
Mm.
Tyree, he had an incredible season at Texas Tech. His rise, his
Mm.
stock went up. He had a great combine. And with a guy like D'Amico, who's been in a Houston uniform, who knows the system, I think he'll be able to make Tyree Wilson a star. So I'm gonna take that gamble, and I think Houston will take that gamble in 9 days and draft Tyree Wilson at number two.
All right, for sure, for sure. All right, sitting at three, the Cardinals, in my opinion, the worst roster in the league.
Yeah.
With the soon departures of Buda Baker and DeAndre Hopkins,
Hmm.
Kyler Murray not being healthy for the first half of the season coming up.
Hmm.
Um, you know, Gannon just got hired as their coach.
Hmm.
A lot of people think this pick was going to be primed to get traded, and I don't know if another quarterback goes for the next couple picks.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
However, with Arizona sitting at 3, the loss of J.J. Watt, they lost Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Man, this roster is depleted, man.
Hey, and they're on the verge of losing Buda Baker as well.
You feel me?
Mhm.
So we could have went either way, but I definitely think they go Will Anderson right there.
Well, Anderson. Nice.
You
Nice.
know, nice edge. I think he could have been the first pick last year, maybe if
Mhm.
he was eligible last year. Productive player. Didn't really have the same stats he had the earlier year, this year, past year, but I think that's a good player they're getting. Nice edge. You always win with quarterbacks and pass rushers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
with the Gannon defense, what he learned in, Philly, pass rushers make that secondary great.
Hmm.
So why not start right here?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that pick. I like that pick. You know, Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson, those were my top two edges. So I definitely think they can make the top three easily in 9
Mm-hmm.
games. Now here's where things get interesting. Number four, Indianapolis, they are in dire need of a quarterback. You know,
They are.
they just brought in a new coach from Philly, their old offense. What was it offensive or defensive coordinator?
Offensive. Philly's
Offensive.
offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they just brought in Philly's old offensive coordinator. So it's a whole new regime in Indianapolis. So they're definitely gonna go quarterback here. It's just a matter of which quarterback they go. And
Hey, look, the draft board. Some people don't. Some people think the quarterbacks were gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, but you
yeah,
got the rest of 3 quarterbacks at 4. So who you send them to Indy?
I think Indy's gonna go Will Levis. I think Will Levis is one of those guys where the media is hyping him up to be a star. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Indy is going to be that team that's going to buy into that media hype. And Will Levis, he didn't have a bad pro day to me. You know, he surprised me.
You know.
He threw some nice balls out there, and he's a
Okay.
great white SEC quarterback. So a lot of people may not be surprised I didn't go CJ or Anthony Richardson here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts go Will Levis here. What do you think about this
Okay. I like that. I like that. I feel like he's rising the draft board the closer we get.
one?
Um, and CJ's dropping for some reason, but I don't. It's just what I would do in the situation.
Hmm.
I don't think that's a terrible pick. I think after Bryce, it is a drop. But you could go anywhere right there. So at 5 with Seattle. Now this is where we can, really get freaky with it.
Oh yeah.
Great team already.
Hmm.
Got their quarterback and Gino locked up for the next 2 years. But they already said we don't plan on picking this high again.
Hmm.
And this isn't their pick, you know.
Yeah, they got this one from
The Broncos.
the Broncos. You're right. Hmm.
So, they don't plan on picking this high again. I definitely think that they could plan for the future. They might have somebody sit under Gino, or they can, buff up that defense already and make another push in the playoffs.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I don't know what they're gonna do exactly, but what I would do if I don't plan on picking this high again, I'm gonna take the wild card.
Oh.
I think Richardson needs to go to a place where he's gonna sit because I don't think he's ready right now. I think he can be good, but no
Hmm.
experience in college right now. He played 1 year, didn't have the best year, showed flashes, but wasn't really consistent. And he's gonna need a stern coaching system. And I think Pete Carroll is up there with, some of the greatest coaches ever.
Hmm.
I think the Seattle is a great organization, for young players to go and learn and, especially somebody under Gino, somebody who's been in the league, had to work his way back up. He's gonna give it to him raw. I don't think Gino's gonna look over his shoulder. I think he's gonna get his opportunity to play out his contract.
Hmm.
And when it's time, I think that the young gun out of Florida, he'll still be young when it's time to play.
Yeah.
I think he'll take those reins.
And I'm not even mad at that pick, Titus, because knowing the type of coach Pete Carroll is, I think Anthony Richardson kind of fits his system. He's
Yeah.
that guy who likes to gamble on players and like make them
Yeah.
superstars. So that's
He
that's
takes he takes players of what they're good at, and
mhm.
Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, players like that where people overlook them for for the bad flaws, but
Mhm.
then look at the good traits, and I think he can get the best out of Richardson.
Yeah, yeah. So that was definitely a wild card. It's getting pretty interesting. So number 6, the Lions. They got this pick from the Rams from the Stafford trade. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they last year they got their edge. They got Aiden, and Aiden had a pretty good year. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this year, I think they should build on that line because you got Aleem McNeil, who they drafted first round out of NC State a couple years back, Aiden last year. I think
Mm-hmm.
this year you go Jalen Carter. And
Okay.
a lot of people was talking about Jalen Carter having character issues, that he doesn't really play hard every play. But at the same time, we did see the good in him in Georgia. The dominance he
Mm-hmm.
did display. So I think if Detroit does gamble and take Jalen Carter with this pick, I think he'll be able to complement that young defensive line they have well.
I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
Now 7.
The
I
Raiders.
want to go quarterback. I want to go quarterback because I don't think Jimmy G is the future.
Oh, far from it.
But I don't know if they're ready to just, plan for the future just yet.
Okay.
And I think the Raiders are still in that category of can be like the 9-win team, 8-win team,
Hmm.
Even with Jimmy G, maybe they get 9, 10 wins. You never know. But
Hmm.
I don't think CJ makes them better this year.
Gotcha.
And signing Jimmy G, I don't think I don't think you sign Jimmy G just to, you know, just for whatever year. I
Hmm.
think they signed him with intentions of at least doing something they didn't do last year.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go, man, hard. I'm gonna go Paris Johnson Jr.
Okay. Okay.
I think they bolstered the offensive line. I think you
Hmm.
take when you're one of the best tackles in the draft this year. I think they make that call and just whatever when they can prepare for next year. It's never too late.
Yeah.
But it's never bad to have Jimmy good offensive linemen. It's always good to have that. So I think they bolster that line, give Jimmy G at least some more protection because the offensive line is not that good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't go wrong with offensive line. You need somebody to protect that quarterback, somebody to protect Josh Jacobs, especially with the year he had last year. So
Mm-hmm.
Chris Johnson, he's by far one of the best offensive tackles in this year's draft. So very fair pick. So with the Falcons, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna use my cheat sheet. I'm gonna see the team needs because at first I had them getting a DB, and then that's when they recently traded for Jeff Okuda. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they might not get a DB that high. So Falcons, they need an edge, D tackle, cornerback, offensive tackle. So Atlanta, hmm,
What we doing, man?
I think, hmm, do I want to do this? I think I may have to because they're still in a gamble where I think they're going to start Desmond Ritter next year. And to
Mm-hmm.
protect a young Desmond Ritter, make him as comfortable as possible. They have a young running back in Tyler Algier. You need somebody who can block them. So if Paris Johnson didn't go to the Las Vegas Raiders, I was definitely going to draft him with Atlanta. So I'm definitely going to go Peter Skronsky from Northwestern.
All
And
right.
Peter, he reminds me so much of Rashawn Slater. That Northwestern blocking tree is real. Like they don't miss at offensive line. So I
Mm-hmm.
think if they have somebody who can block for the young Desmond Ritter who's going to take his first start next year, I think that's the safest pick for Atlanta.
All right. All right. Cool. Now we're sitting at 9. If I didn't take Paris Johnson, I would have gave him to the Bears because
Mhm.
I think the Bears are having a good offseason.
Yeah.
I think trading back with Carolina. I think they got a good little haul. They got a receiver, so they don't have to focus on receiver in the draft. And I'm not a Justin Fields hater, but I do think he needs. Is year three. Most quarterbacks start to show you know, their progress year three,
Hmm.
and I definitely think he needs somebody to protect him.
Hmm.
However, let him slip any longer. I'm gonna go Gonzalez. I
Wow.
think he's too talented of a corner to let him keep slipping at you know at number 9. When they're people are loving Jalen Carter, a good defensive player, but I always said if they move to 9 with us, you can still grab somebody. Like you'll still have somebody, premier defender that you want to grab. And Gonzalez is a good corner, good size, good speed. Between him and Witherspoon,
Yeah, they're the
I
best two
think
DBs in the world.
I think it was 1A, 1B. Most
Hmm.
people had Witherspoon over him, but I'm gonna go Gonzalez to Chicago.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with the Oregon guy. He's fast as hell. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's a skilled DB. So I think the Bears will have a lot of fun with that. And
Mm-hmm.
I told myself, with this Philly pick in number 10, if Gonzalez was available, with them losing CJ Garner Johnson, I do think Philly can definitely get a DB with this pick. However, for the cozy time's sake, they did just lose Miles Sanders to you guys and the Panthers, and they
They
need
do.
somebody. They need somebody to fill that spot. A lot of people are saying Ezekiel Elliott can possibly sign with them. We don't know yet, but for
Mm-hmm.
draft sake, for cozy's sake, I'm gonna go Bijan Robinson.
All right.
I'm gonna go Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson, he's had comparisons to LaDainian Tomlinson, so I think the ceiling is the roof. Picking him in the top 10 range, that wouldn't be a bad pick. So if Philly does
Mm-hmm.
get Bijan Robinson, they have a good one coming in.
For sure. And some people think he's like the second, third best player in the draft, like totally. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so 11, man. I seen a mock draft take Hendon Hooker at 11, which is crazy.
Hendon?
Yeah. So, you know, I was gonna let the Titans trade up to get a quarterback because I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they're sold on Malik Willis. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're one of those teams in limbo still.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
Talk to me.
Their quarterback just fell to him.
Oh, whoa.
I
Wow.
think they go CJ Stroud for sure.
Wow.
Like, I mean, if this is how the draft board falls, I don't see how as Tennessee, I don't see how you can let that pass up right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And granted, I feel like maybe they're locked in on Ryan Tannehill, but who cares if your quarterback drops? This is just for fun right now. This may be totally opposite how the draft board goes. CJ may go too. You never know. But I definitely think if he drops to 11, that has to be the pick for the Titans because Malik Willis isn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
That was just one of the you just try it.
Yeah.
And
Failed experiment.
if you're not sold on Tannehill, then I just think just hey, he fell, grab him.
Hey, hey, and he fell. So I don't think this is a bad pick because I'm not a fan of Malik Willis. He he
No,
was
not at
he,
all.
he was a cool experiment, but I don't think he's the one for Tennessee. So
Mm-hmm.
CJ at 11, that's a fair pick. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna pull like what a. I feel like this is something we'll see in the NBA. Two guys from the same school go back to back, and earlier, I drafted with the Texans. They got Tyree Wilson. I think this time they're gonna go Jackson Smith-Njigba. They're
All
gonna get
right.
they're gonna get that wide receiver. Depending on what they end up doing at this quarterback position, one thing we'll know for sure is that he'll have the weapons to throw to. So
No, for sure.
Jackson Smith-Njigba is definitely one of the premier receivers in this draft, and I don't see him falling much lower than like 12. So I'm gonna go Jackson Smith-Njigba 12 for the Houston Texans.
All right, cool. All right, so now we're sitting at 13. This Aaron Rodgers thing, I don't know what's happening with the
Yeah,
Jets.
it's
Like,
dragging.
I don't know what's happening. I think the Jets are solid on the defensive side of the ball. I think they have, good young pieces out there. However, I'm intrigued.
Uh-oh.
They went crazy with all the receiver, additions this year.
Hmm.
They went and got people that Aaron apparently wanted. Well, but man, can you imagine a Sauce Witherspoon duo?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That would be crazy. Don't do it to me, Titus. Don't do it to me, Titus.
Man, I want to see that.
That
I want to see that.
that would be fire.
That's something I want to see, man.
That would be fire, dude.
They
Like,
may have other needs. Let me see what team needs they are. You know, yeah, man. They may need an edge, but man, Sauce and Devin, oh man, I can't pass that one.
yeah, you can't pass that one. That's on paper that looks good
No,
because
man, I like that one. I like that one for sure.
it's crazy about Sauce. He's only played 1 year, and you could already call him a top five DB in the league.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's
Like
up there.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But New England with this 14th pick, I'm not gonna lie. I think they're gonna go DB as well. I think they're
You
gonna
think
go.
so?
I think they're gonna go DB as well. If you didn't go DB with the Jets, I think Witherspoon would have fell to New England. But for the sake
Hmm.
of this, I'm gonna go Penn State Joey Porter.
Woo.
I'm gonna go Joey Porter right here because I think the Patriots, their matriarch of what their franchise is on defense. So I feel like if they get that nice stud in the secondary already, that can build up to a nice future for them. So I know I don't know
Oh,
who is it going to be officially, but I know with this 14 pick, New England's going DB.
for sure. Well, I like that, but you made it too easy for me. This is too easy. I think, Jordan Love, if you're gonna make him the guy this year, you gotta help him with everything you can. That
Yeah,
receiving class, that receiver, room they have out there right now just isn't the best. Um, I was it Christian Watson, Romeo Dubs, like it, it can be better,
yeah,
it can be better. So if you're gonna throw Jordan Love to the fire, just might as well give him a receiver. Addison, before he went to USC, I think him at Pitt, like that was he was a great prospect, one of the best route runners in the class, and
mm,
he definitely makes some noise in the NFL in my opinion.
yeah, definitely, definitely. That's a solid pick. They've been needing a receiver for the past 4 years, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's a great pick. The Commanders, this is a tricky one. The Commanders is a real tricky one for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go defense. It doesn't matter what
Mm-hmm.
position on the defense they're going to go. And with the constant injury battles with what's his name from Ohio State? What's his
Chase
name?
Young.
Chase Young. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think I think Chase Young comes back and has a great year, but you're gonna have to give him a tag team partner. And they just signed Deron Payne, and I think if you bring in a young guy, you might as well do it the guy from Iowa, Lucas Van Ness.
Oh
And
man.
right now they have his position at edge, but he can also play linebacker. And I like Ron Rivera. He played linebacker. He was a infamous linebackers coach. He's a defensive minded coach. So I think he's going to gamble and get Lucas Van Ness. He had a great season at Iowa in the Big Ten. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do this one.
All right, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was waiting for the Steelers to, get here, and I was gonna go Joey Porter, but he went to New England. So
Mm-hmm.
let me see how the draft board looks right now, man.
Yeah. Let's look at our best available. Miles Murphy's still there, Broderick Jones, Brian Dees,
Team needs, team needs.
Quentin Johnson.
You know, man, and Kenny Pickett, their guy. They just got Allen Robinson today. I don't think they go receiver. They could go defense, and a player like Brian Branch fits that Steelers. Yeah, I like that one.
Oh yeah,
But let's go ahead and bolster up that offensive line for
definitely,
Kenny Pickett.
definitely.
Roger Jones, Georgia is going to produce some tackles.
Oh yeah,
So I see him working at NFL, but let's go ahead and help Kenny Pickett, get some protection out there.
solid, solid,
Man,
solid.
18, hold on. It's a
Eight.
pick that I would love to see right here. I'm gonna see if you make it. And if you don't, I'm gonna tell you how to do it.
All right, all right. So my philosophy, they just lost Jeff Okuda, and he went top three. What was that 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. I'm gonna go Deontay Banks from Maryland. Surprisingly, look, landslide pick, landslide pick. I know, but Deontay really impressed me this year.
It's not terrible though. That's not a terrible pick though.
Look, Deontay, and he's fast. He had a great combine, so I think Deontay could still sneak his way into this first round. You know, damn, we're running out of time already. That shit is nuts.
We got 10 left. You wanna
That's a mix
end
left.
this one, then make another one?
Um, no, I think we could breeze through. Because once we get to the Chargers pick, I think we could just breeze through. Like we've been doing good.
All right, cool. All right, so uh Buccaneers, easy. I'm gonna go Brian Branch, man. That's too good of a player to pass up right there.
Yeah, solid. A lot of people say he's the next Minka Fitzpatrick. So I
Hey
wouldn't.
man, if I 18, I would have took Michael Meyer out of Notre Dame. They
Ah,
lost they lost Hawkinson.
they
That would
did
have been
lose
a great
Hawkinson.
way to go.
But I'm gonna tell you where Meyer going. I'm gonna tell you where Meyer going. You said you want to take the Seattle pick?
No, you go. Or yeah. I'll take Seattle pick. I'll take Seattle pick. Um, I'm gonna do. Hey, let's bolster up that they got the quarterback. This man dropping. We're gonna give him an edge.
No, I like that. Solid pick. And Miles Murphy coming out of Clemson, solid year. Now, them boys, what are we looking
Man,
at? And we have options here. Is either between Michael Meyer or Quentin Johnston. And right now,
you know,
I'm gonna go Michael Meyer.
I like that.
A lot of people saying he's the next Rob Gronkowski. Only reason I didn't go Quentin Johnston because we have Mike Williams. They're basically the same guy. So I'm gonna go Michael Meyer. The Chargers are gonna get a tight end, help out Justin Herbert.
All right, cool. I can give you that one. Hey man, Ravens just signed Odell. Don't need a receiver right now, so let's bolster up a terrible pass defense. Ranked 26th in pass defense last year, I think. So we're gonna go Keely Ringo. Has some ways to go.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think he's the most polished corner in the draft. However, I think he. I know.
No, solid pick. Solid pick. I think for Minnesota, they just lost Adam Thielen, and
Mhm.
they have one of the best wide receivers in the league already. So why not give him a tag team partner? I go Quentin Johnston stays in the purple, and he goes to the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, cool. That's cool. All right. 24. I don't think Evan Ingram is locked in like people say they are.
Hmm.
However, we're gonna help out Trevor Lawrence some more and get Kincaid out of Utah.
Nice. Okay. Okay. I think Giants here. You know, I think they're gonna do a Clemson defensive line and
Oh
team
man,
team up. What's the big guy name? What's his name down there that they already have?
Dexter.
Dexter. They're gonna give Dexter a sidekick. I like
Yeah,
Brian.
you sure?
I like
Oh
Brian Brees with this pick.
man, Jay, I don't know about that one.
You don't know about this one? Why?
Zay Flowers on the board still.
Zay Flowers is on the board still. And look, he was one of those guys where we just don't know. He could sneak in the first or early second. So
Just because I like the Cowboys run game, Tony Pollard coming off of an injury,
mm,
we're gonna send the Alabama kid to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah.
wow. Wow. I'm shook. I was not expecting that. Jabari
Yeah.
Gibbs to Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bills. I'm gonna have to use the cheat sheet. I don't know who does the Bills need.
They need a receiver, man.
They need a receiver bad. Okay, I think they're gonna be the ones to do Zay Flowers. Because Josh Downs, he's definitely a second round guy. So I'm not gonna go Josh Downs with this pick. I'm gonna go Zay Flowers. I'll say
Okay.
I'll say Zay Flowers here.
Okay, cool. Hey man, um, I don't know what's up with the Bengals, but they gotta protect my boy Burrow out there.
Yeah, they definitely got to protect Burrow. I like Darnell.
They
I
gotta
like,
protect Burrow.
mm, so this you might not like this one.
Jerry, don't make me mad, man.
You might not like this one. I like the Saints getting your boy Mozzie Smith.
Okay.
He fits the Saints. Like they love these defensive guys.
Jerry, go ahead and pick for the Eagles because I know you want to make that last pick.
I want to make this last pick.
You don't want to make that 31 pick. You don't want to pick for them.
You know me well, Titus. You know me well. So Eagles lost C.J. Gardner Johnson. I think they replace him with Cam Smith. A lot of people say he could potentially be the next J.C. Horn. Let's do it. 30.
You think? Even though they got Bradbury and Darius back?
Yeah. I think they get Cam Smith at that pick.
Hey man. I could give my boy Pat some more weapons.
You better not do it.
I could. However, the loss of Frank Clark, I think Pat is content with his weapons right now. They might go more in later rounds, but Nolan Smith has dropped too far in my liking. And,
He definitely did.
you got to get Justin Herbert on the ground, when you play the Chargers. So we can go Nolan Smith for the last pick of the first round.
Wow. Last pick of the first round. Your final pick, you got an A- for me just off that last pick. I'm about to give you the Lil Reese me. All right, let's look at our draft board, man. Let's look at the full.
Yeah, man, look it up, man.
Let's look at the full reserves. I'll let you pull it up.
How do we look at the full one?
Yeah, what's that? Oh, full. View full results. Nice. So Bryce Young 1, Tyree Wilson 2. I'm not gonna lie, Tyler. This was a solid draft that we put together. How accurate on a scale from 1 to 10 do you think this can happen? Is Titus frozen? Yeah, but I think Titus is frozen, ladies and gentlemen. I think Titus is frozen. That's what happens when you make bad last picks. We were having a good time here, and he wanted to talk about Justin Herbert, putting Justin Herbert on the ground. That's why he's frozen. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Zoom. Yeah, they actually booted him out of here. So let's get him out of here. But this was our first time doing a mock draft. This was fun to do. This was very fun to do, Cozy Family. And if you enjoy content like this, just comment, like, share, and let us know who you think are gonna go in first round for the NFL draft. We're 9 days away. I'm definitely excited for this year. Bryce Young, welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina. Definitely get you some Lulus, some Cuzzos, take you on the boulevard. But this was amazing. So definitely stay tuned for more content. And like always, stay cozy, man. Till next time. Appreciate you guys.